I look like Professor Trelawney.
Once more.
Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Isha and this is my channel to show you tips and tricks on how to live a more compassionate life. So today I'm sharing this recipe that I've been kind of like lazy and just not sharing. It's my black beluga lentil, curried lentils and potatoes that I make usually in the Instant Pot. Don't worry, if you don't have an Instant Pot, you just make it in a pot and you would just boil it like you do any other lentils. Instead of sticking it into the Instant Pot like I do, you would just boil those things after you make the tadka and saute the onions and garlic and ginger. So that's it. Hope you guys aren't scared by the Instant Pot. You can totally make this, and that's about it. So let's get started. First, I finally diced some red onion. You can do this by hand, but I find that I burst into tears a lot less and my hands smell a little bit better if I use this food processor instead. As always, everything I use in this video and the recipe will be linked below, as well as how to make this in a regular conventional pot on the stovetop. I also add an inch of ginger and 3 cloves of garlic. All right, so I'm gonna say 3 cloves of garlic, but don't let anyone tell you how to measure your garlic. You measure that shit with your heart. Pulse until it's uniformly diced. If you are using a food processor, you might have to go in and scrape what's sticking to the sides. If chopping by hand, you just grate the ginger and the garlic. Do not use the garlic past when cooking Indian food, by the way. It releases too much of the oils, and then the garlic cooks a little too quickly while making the tadka. Chunky garlic is key. Then plug in your Instant Pot or turn on your stovetop and set the sauté function to 10 minutes on your Instant Pot. Then you're going to toast 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds in 1 tablespoon of hot water or 1 teaspoon of oil. My favorite for Indian food is avocado oil because it can withstand such high temperatures, but normally I do prefer using water. For water sautéing, make sure the water is very hot and almost boiling. Once seeds have become aromatic and toasted, you can add the onion and the garlic and the ginger mixture and sauté it until it's translucent. You may want to use a lid while sautéing so that not too much moisture escapes. Now, the lentils we are using are black beluga lentils. They look kind of like this. If you are substituting another type of lentil, you will have to adjust the water level and the cook time accordingly. Once the onions are translucent, you can add 1 cup of black lentils and the rest of the spices except the salt and pepper. I do prefer to add those once they are cooked because I find that the flavor of salt and pepper kind of degrades with intense heat, and that way everyone gets to salt and pepper to their preferences. By the way, I have an awesome video on how to make a spice kit for Indian cooking, and I use it in all my Indian cooking videos, and it has all of these healing, healthy spices, and it's nice because they're all in one place and easy to use, and I will link that video down below. It's a good one, go watch it. Then you're going to want to add 2 to 3 cups of water or broth. I used broth. It'll be a little saltier if you do use broth, and this is the one I use. Be very careful when you buy it because there is an almost identical non-vegan version. It is very sneaky. Check for the vegan mark. Now, I say 2 to 3 cups, 2 at the least if you want it a little thicker, 3 if you want it a little creamier, more like a dal. Then I stir all of those things together and then add the potatoes. I cut mine into quarters to help them fit just a little bit better, and I also add about 3 in mine, but I have a tiny Instant Pot. I actually regret getting the smallest Instant Pot. So you can add as many as you like. It depends on how big your pot or Instant Pot that you're cooking it is. Just make sure you do not past that max fill line. Instant Pots are super safe compared to traditional pressure cookers that I grew up with, but some people try and overfill them, and that's when you can encounter some problems. On another note, for safety and sanitation, make sure you check all the valves and make sure that they're cleared and not blocked by some old food. And make sure the sealing ring is secure so that your Instant Pot actually works and seals. Then make sure your Instant Pot valve is in the sealed position so you can make pressure, and then put 10 minutes on the clock for high pressure cooking and press start. When it's done, your Instant Pot will beep. Please allow 10 extra minutes before releasing by hand. This is what everyone calls a natural pressure release for 10 minutes. So if that's ever in a recipe, here you go, that's what that means. Then you can sprinkle in your salt and pepper, and you can garnish it with cilantro if that tickles your pickle, or some raita. I use this coconut yogurt for that. If you don't like raita, don't put it on there. I love mine on a bed of greens or rice. You can also mix in some vegan butter. It does make it taste way more authentic. I highly recommend it, but if you are trying to be oil-free, definitely water saute and don't add the butter, but if you are cooking for omnivores, the butter makes it taste really good. This is a weekly staple of ours. It's so cozy and delicious, and I hope you guys like it. Yum. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. I finally got it out for you guys. It is something I make every single week. Really quickly, I have to mention my friend Nisha. It's always weird to say your own name. Rainbow Plant Life. She is probably the only reason I learned how to use my Instant Pot, because I cooked her version of this black beluga lentil curry first. So of course I've kind of changed it and it's graduated to my own tastes, but she has a couple different, I think she has 2 other lentils in an Instant Pot recipe, so I will link that down below too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved my cozy little lentil recipe, and I'll see you guys very soon in a new video.